Hey guys, it's Bex. Welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to be getting into the holiday spirit because it is almost Christmas. I think when I'm filming this, we have 10 days till Christmas, which is crazy. I don't know where the time went. I am not ready. I mean, I'm ready because I love it, but I also need to still buy gifts for most people. So that's fun, and I have 0 gifts wrapped. But anyway, in today's video, we are going to be reading some Christmas books. I read a couple Christmas books a year, obviously in December, kind of leading up to Christmas, and I like them. They're a fun time. They get you in the holiday spirit, at least I think. And I have 3 books that I think I'm going to be reading for this video. One I have already started, and that is actually an audiobook, and it is called, what is it called? Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret? Literally, I'm blanking right now, and I can't remember who the author is either, so. But anyway, it is a, holiday mystery, and it's really short, so I haven't listened to it a lot, but I'm already, 30% of the way through somehow, and I think I have, 3 hours left of the book. So yeah, not very long at all. It's probably, a 5-hour audiobook. So we'll be reading that kind of throughout this video, like usual with audiobooks, and I usually listen to audiobooks on my way to work, while I'm doing chores, probably while I'm wrapping some gifts, so we should definitely be getting that read pretty quickly. And then the other 2 books, let me put my coffee down. Oh, also, I ordered a peppermint white mocha, but they just gave me regular, so not very festive. I mean, I still like those, but I wanted a peppermint one. Anyway, another book I am probably going to be reading in this video I'm so excited for, and it is on my Kindle. So we have a Kindle book, a physical book, and an audiobook. But that is Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh. I've heard amazing things about this, especially for it being a holiday romance specifically, because I feel like those, more so than maybe other genres for holiday books, can be a little bit, I don't know, cringy, I guess, and kind of all feel the same and not be very unique. But I've heard really good things about this one. I think it's kind of a friends to lovers. I don't think they're super close friends, but I think it would still be considered a friends to lovers. I'm probably gonna read this one last because it'll be closest to Christmas time, because this takes place in the days leading up to Christmas. And then the last book is my physical book, The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling. This is part of the Ex-Hex series, which kind of threw me off a little bit because this one is best read during Christmas time, whereas her other 2 books, The Ex-Hex and The Kiss Curse, are more witchy fall books, but this is a witchy Christmas book. But I did confirm that it is best read during this time of the year based on reviews that I read. So that's what we're going to be doing, and I've liked both of the books so far in the series quite a bit. 4 stars, I believe, both of them, and they're just super short, cute romances. They do have a little bit of spice in them, but I haven't found them to be too spicy for my liking because I don't love a lot of spice in books, but I'm excited to read that one. So yeah, I think we're going to start with this one, and then I'll be listening to my audiobook kind of throughout. And I have, like I said, 10 days until Christmas, but I want to get this video up before then, so I'm going to try to read all 3 of these books within a week. So we will see how we do. It is Sunday today. With that being said, we're going to start reading The Wedding Witch. Guys, little update for you. I am probably 30% of the way through, something like that. I'm on page 81, chapter 6. So going by really fast, which I knew it would because that's how the other books were. The font's just really big and it's just easy to read. But I think I'm far enough to give you guys a synopsis of what it's about. Basically, we are following a witch, Bowen Penhallow, and Tamsin, who is not a witch, but she knows about witches, and she kind of works with them as what is she called? Procurer and seller of magical items. And she and Bowen end up working together, her trying to, find magical items for him, and he pays her and stuff like that. So they're co-workers, and she has a strict rule of not dating co-workers, and obviously this is a romance, so wonder what happens there. And the main plot of the book is that her and Bowen both end up under like different circumstances. Hey Sammy, come here. Come here. They end up at this wedding, Yule celebration, and neither of them like know that they're gonna be there, but they obviously run into each other. And I haven't gotten this far yet, but the summary on the back says that there's some sort of wedding mishap that happens that transports Bowen and Tamsin into a Yuletide celebration of 1957. And to get back to the present, they must work together, but also face off with the origins of Tywell House's haunting, the suspicions of their fellow witches, and the fact that somewhere between the mistletoe and the bonfire, they might be falling in love. So yeah, so far it's cute, you know, nothing crazy, but they just got to the wedding celebration, so it's probably gonna start picking up a little bit, making good progress so far. But yeah, that's the update. And then I've also read or listened to some more of the audiobook I'm listening to, and I think I'm now almost halfway through that. It just goes by really fast when it's a short book, and I think I'm listening to it on 1.5 speed. Usually that's like my average, 1.4 to 1.5 depending on the book. So should be finishing that one pretty quickly too, and I think I'm about to listen to more of it because I have some laundry to fold. So yeah, that's the update. I will see you guys later. Sorry if this is really bad lighting. I really wanted to sit in front of the Christmas tree. It's dark outside and this room has literally no like actual light in it. It literally has just our lamp that's plugged in. So sorry, but I thought it was a cute background, so we're gonna deal with it. But I am getting farther into The Wedding Witch. I probably have 40 something pages left. I'm on page 233. So getting really close to being done, and I think this is gonna be my first update of the book. It's really short, so I just didn't really find it super necessary to give my thoughts on it before now. I'm liking it. I will say that it is my least favorite, at least as of right now, of this little series, the Ex-Hex series, which is unfortunate, but I also feel like one of the reasons that I loved the Ex-Hex and the Kiss Curse was because of how witchy and just perfect for fall and Halloween they were. And this one is meant to be more of a Christmas book, but they're still witches, which obviously witches aren't just, I mean, witches aren't real, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if a witch is a witch in this world, they're not just a witch during Halloween. But I've always said that this series reminds me of kind of like Halloween Town, if you've seen that movie. And this one does not have that aspect of it because they aren't in Graves Glen, which is the little town that they live in. And by they, I guess I mean the main characters in the first two books. But unfortunately, that's what I liked about those books, and this doesn't really have that. So that's kind of maybe why I'm not loving it as much. I also feel like the first moment between the two characters, Bowen and Tamsin, was like where the first moment that they kind of started their romance or whatever. I felt like it just happened kind of out of the blue a little bit, and I was not expecting it. And the characters both kind of pretty early on in their inner monologues were like saying how deeply they felt for the other person, and I feel like they literally barely knew each other, even though they had known each other for a while, but mostly it was via email or texting because they live on opposite sides of the world basically, and they had only met each other one time until kind of the main plot of this book starts, where they go to the wedding and then get transported like however many years in the past. So maybe that's less on the characters feeling like that early and more on Aaron Sterling not really showing us their relationship until that happened. But then again, it's hard to probably over text messages and emails, which we did get some of in the beginning of this book. I don't know, but that's my thoughts on it so far. It's still fun. It's still cute. Also, I don't feel the Christmas in this book, at least right now. I don't know. Maybe that's more so because they're more so celebrating Yule. So they also don't do like trees and presents and all of the Christmassy things. I'm just not really feeling the Christmas vibes, which is unfortunate because that's kind of what I wanted for this video, for this season, because it's 6 days till Christmas right now in real life. It just more so feels like a regular contemporary romance, but with the magic witchy element. so it's fine. You know, we'll see what happens in the last 42 or whatever pages. Those are my updates right now. Like 12 pages left. Epilogue. Now look over here, please. This paper is so nice. It's from Hobby Lobby. I don't remember how much it was, but it is so thick. I love it. Now this paper, on the other hand, sucks. It's so thin. Not see-through. I have another one that's see-through that I got from the same place. I think I got them from Target. I could be wrong. Do not recommend. They're super cute though. I need to show you guys the other one. It's like pink. It is so stinking cute, but that one is so see-through. Also, I finished my audiobook while I was listening, or while I was wrapping the last gift that I was wrapping. So, done with Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret. Again, it was super short, so I swear I was like 80-something% of the way through, and then I was done like so soon after. But I think that's partly because there was an excerpt from another one of this author's books at the end. So there was still like 30 minutes left, but I was done. But it's kind of nice when that happens. You like think you have more left of the book, but you really don't. You're like almost done. Like, look at this paper. It is seriously the cutest paper ever. But yeah, it's like very see-through. So I think I'm gonna use it just to wrap like a box that's like white that you have like a clothing item in or something, you know? I think that's what I'm gonna do with that because it's super cute and obviously it's more like girly, so I'm gonna use it to wrap a girly gift. This doesn't have to do with my reading vlog at all, but because I'm wrapping gifts. If you want a good stocking stuffer for, I mean, really anyone, this thing is called the Slice, and it's like a box cutter that, I mean, if you really push really hard, you could probably cut yourself, but like literally look. It's like a ceramic blade, and it works so good to do tape on boxes. Scissors are just annoying. Highly recommend this. It's like $5 on Amazon. Gingerbread blanket, gingerbread pillow, gingerbread socks. Update on Holiday Romance. I am reading it pretty quickly. It is the next day after the last clip that you saw of me, and I am 49% of the way through. So halfway, chapter 17, page 182. My thoughts on it so far, because I'm pretty far into it and I haven't let you guys know any thoughts on it yet. I am enjoying it quite a bit. Definitely the most out of any of the books in this video. Obviously something might change to affect that, but yeah, so far I'm liking it. It's really cute. I will tell you guys what this book's about because I don't think I did that yet. We follow two main characters, Andrew and what's her name? Molly. We are in the point of view of Molly, and it's a dual timeline. And every, I would say, maybe couple of chapters, we get a past like chapter or part of a chapter of one of Molly and Andrew's annual trips home for Christmas. So Molly and Andrew both live in Chicago, and they are both from or have family in Ireland. I know that Molly's from there. I can't remember if Andrew is or not, but they both go to Ireland every year for Christmas, and they kind of through a mutual friend knew each other before. And then 10 years ago was the first time that they were both on the same flight home back to Ireland, and they just happened to be sitting next to each other. And like I said, they kind of knew each other before, and ever since then it's just been a kind of tradition for them to be on the same flight and on the same day. Over the years they've gotten closer, and at the beginning of the book they are trying again to get home for Christmas, but their flight is delayed and then canceled because of snowstorm. And Molly isn't really that into Christmas, but she goes home kind of anyway. It's just what she's always done. And Andrew, on the other hand, loves Christmas. His whole family loves Christmas, and he's very dead set on being with his family at this time, versus Molly's kind of like, oh well, I can't make it there. But because Andrew is so kind of heartbroken over it, she decides to make it her mission this year to get him to his family for Christmas. Obviously, due to the snowstorm, that is difficult, and they have to do all these crazy things to get there: city jumping, country jumping, trains, cars, boats, etc. And obviously along the way they're spending a lot of time together, and obviously this is a romance, so they end up kind of catching feelings for each other. It's really cute. Like I think I kind of said earlier in this video, I've heard really good things about this Christmas book, and I am also really liking it. Like right now it's probably in the 4-star range, and it's probably the most Christmassy book out of this video so far that I've read, which brings me to kind of talking about the audiobook that I was listening to, Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret, which was like a holiday mystery. I haven't talked about that book very much because it was so short, and I was already like 30% of the way into it even going into this video, so I didn't have a ton left of it. But I just felt very disconnected from that book in general. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I read that book, like I'm probably totally gonna forget about it very soon. And I think maybe part of that is because it was really short, and maybe sometimes with audiobooks, if I'm not extremely invested, then I can just be kind of meh about them, maybe more so than if I was reading it physically. You never know what you're gonna think of a book if you read it a different way than you did, but reading it via audiobook, I just didn't feel super connected to it. I didn't really care about the mystery or who did it. I also don't really think I told you guys what this book was about, but basically our main character is like I want to say a detective, but not like professionally. He just kind of over, I think maybe the last, I don't know how many years, because this is like a series, and each book thus far he has found himself amidst a murder mystery, and he, I guess, has taken it upon himself to try to figure out what happened. So yeah, he's kind of like a novice detective, but not anything official. And what do you know, again, he finds himself amidst a murder, and this one's pretty close to home. It is his ex-wife's boyfriend who ends up as the deceased, and his ex-wife is kind of a suspect, and so she's asking him for help to try and figure out who did it and clear her name. It's, I guess, Christmassy. It's not Christmassy in the sense of it really having to do with Christmas, but the way that the book is written / told from our main character, the detective Ernest, I think is his name. His point of view is a little bit different than in most books, and I mean, I've read books like this before, but it's not as common. He is kind of in parts like talking to you as the reader. Like let's say part of the book he just figured out something, a light bulb moment went off in his head, but instead of telling us, he like tells us, I'm gonna leave you guys hanging for at least a couple of minutes to try and figure it out yourself, because you have all the clues that you need to also solve this mystery. Stuff like that. It was just a pretty unique way to tell the story, I guess. And each like clue was like an advent calendar day. Like there was, I think, 24 clues or something like that. I don't even know. Like I feel like I wasn't really paying attention that much. And I kept asking myself, who is this character again? How are they related to the case? I don't know. I literally still don't know some of them. I'm like, I'll tell you guys my ratings for these books at the end, but it was just very meh and not super holiday-ish even, which now that makes 2 out of the 3 books that I'm reading for this holiday reading vlog that weren't extremely Christmassy, which is a bummer. But this one so far is definitely more Christmassy, and overall I'm liking this one the best. I've read quite a bit today. I think I started out today at like 18%, so now I'm at 49%. So I'm hoping I can read maybe a little bit more today, and then my hope is to finish it Monday. It is Saturday today because I also want to get this video up Monday. That is my update so far on this book and also on Everyone's Christmas Has a Secret. Alright guys, so I finished my final book for this video, Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh, earlier this morning. It is in fact Christmas Eve today, so I wanted to finish it today and I did. I didn't really have that much left to read today, so I finished it a couple hours ago and I just am now getting around to outroing this video and giving you my thoughts on this book. My thoughts haven't changed too much since I last talked to you when I was about halfway through. I still think I liked this book the best out of all of these books, which brings me to my ratings of the books. I'm trying to compare this one to other holiday romances that I've liked quite a bit. Like I know I rated Lovelight Farms, I think I rated it like a 4.25 when I read it last year, which is pretty good, but I did really enjoy it. So I would say this one is probably 4 stars. I don't know, there was certain parts of it where I was just like, okay, I don't really know how I feel about that. I don't even know what or specifically why I didn't like or I didn't love certain parts of it. I liked it overall a lot, but I don't know, maybe I feel like it was lacking a little bit in the kind of banter between the 2 characters. That's all I can really think of. I thought the plot was good and cute, and I really like the friends to lovers trope in romance books, I think, because it's less insta-lovey. If I'm thinking back to a lot of the romances that I've actually liked, I really like the ones that are friends to lovers. So that might be like my favorite romance trope, and I'm kind of just learning that. The writing was okay. It was good. It was fine. Nothing to write home about. She does have a next book in the series, which is about the main character. Why do I keep forgetting her name? Molly. Her sister? No, it's not. Why am I thinking it's that? It's about the guy main character, Andrew's brother, Christian, who I really like. So I probably will be reading that like next year during the holiday season. That's kind of my thoughts on that one. The audiobook I listened to, I told you guys in my last clip kind of what I thought of it. But as far as a rating, I think I'm gonna go honestly, maybe 3 stars. Which 3 stars is like, for me, when I rate a book 3 stars, it wasn't really for me, but I think other people might like it. In specific to this book, it was just super short. You don't get really connected to the characters of the story. I didn't feel connected to the mystery or intrigued really to see what was gonna happen. But again, it was fine and I would recommend it for what it was. So that's why it's a 3 star and no lower. And then lastly, The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling. I would say this one was my second favorite and I'm probably going to rate this one 3.5 stars. So we kind of have a range going with these books. 3 stars, 3.5 and 4. This one was my least favorite of the little series. The other books I think I rated 4 stars, so that's unfortunate. But again, 3.5 would still recommend if you want a short, like, little palate cleanser romance that's sort of holiday-ish, sort of witchy. Those are my thoughts on these books. You know, we found one book that I would say is kind of one of my newer favorite Christmas romance books, so that's always fun. And you know, we had a good time with the other ones. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is going to be the last video I upload before Christmas, so Merry Christmas if you celebrate it, or just Happy Holidays for whatever you celebrate. And I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye!